Welcome to the Hank Chang Cisco New Year, Chinese New Year, okay? We're leaving the year of the dragon and we're coming into the year of the snake. And my two guests today are educators, America and China. And we're going to talk about the Chinese New Year, and we're going to talk about education of China and United States, and they'll explain the whole thing. But this is going to be an hour or a half hour of something about traditions, and I love traditions. Whatever nationality you are, traditions are the most beautiful thing to enjoy. Now, my little hat here is a little there, my little shirt, and I have over here is, what's that? Good luck, right?
Good luck.
Okay, so good luck to you for the coming year, for everybody that can read that, okay? Good luck. I'll hold it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good luck. Now, my guests, I'm going to let them introduce each other, okay? Ladies first. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Yeah, my name is Chen Yan, and you can call me Yan. I'm a Chinese instructor teaching American students Chinese.
All right. And John?
My name is John McBride, and I'm privileged enough to have Chen Yan as my wife. We met in China. I was initiating exchange for a U.S. high school and a high school in China. And at that time, she happened to be the teacher in China, facilitating the exchange on their end. Over the years, we continued to cooperate and eventually discovered we had more in common than just our love for international exchange programs. And Hank, you stood up at our
my
wedding.
wife and I, we stood for your wedding.
You
So,
did.
all right. Now, you're going to be looking at me, and that camera's going to be looking at you. You're going to be looking at me, and that camera's going to be looking at both of us. So, now, we're going to have a conversation so everybody will know the traditions for Chinese New Year, okay? So,
Well, let
now,
me begin
all
by
right.
giving you a gift.
What's that have to do with the New Year's?
It's very traditional to give gifts on Chinese New Year's
Oh,
to your friends
Oh.
and family.
Oh, yeah? Can I open it?
Yes.
Do you want them to open it?
Oh, I can open here.
Everybody wants you to open it, Hank.
Oh,
Go
what is
ahead.
there here? Wait a minute. Let me see what it is here. In other words, it's a tradition you give a gift.
It is.
Well, I'm going to have you here every week. Hey, what do we got here? Oh, my God. Oh, not to be too inquisitive, but here, okay, this way.
Right.
All right, now what's a scoop?
This is the paper cutting,
What is it?
traditional Chinese paper cutting.
Paper
Paper
cutting.
Oh, paper cut. Oh, in other words, the tradition, you do that, do you?
Oh, no, I don't do it. But we bought that from China.
Oh, my God.
You can see that this is the character for luck. So for Chinese New Year, people will put this character on the door to mean that we have luck to come in. So that's for decoration. And also you can see the shape here. So they can have different kind of shapes. And actually this here you can see it's a shape of a dragon. So
That's last year's.
dragon means powerful.
Yeah?
Yeah, right. Yeah, so this is one of the kind of traditional paper cut. So people use that for decoration, put on the door,
I'll
or
put this on it. Can I put this on the door? No.
oh, you can put this on the door, or you can set that on the table for
Oh,
decoration.
I get it so when they come walking in, they'll see it.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Happy New
Now,
Year.
Happy New Year.
And here's another little thing here. Whenever you go and one has a wine bottle, you know, you have a bottle of, oh, it's soda. But this is a wine bottle. When you go to a restaurant, they say, bring your own bottle, you know.
Correct.
So this is a traditional thing. And this you brought over from China. Now, what else? Now, let's talk about the international partnership in education. You too go to China, but you don't think to take the students, you take the teachers. Tell me about it.
That's correct. That's our most visible program, is that we take teachers every summer to China. English is mandatory in China. All students in China must learn English. In fact, there are more people in China that speak English than there are people in the United States that speak English, because English is mandatory.
It's mandatory.
Mandatory,
in China.
starting in elementary school all the way through university.
How about that?
So we bring teachers from the United States to China each summer to a summer camp we hold to enhance the conversational skills of the Chinese students, because they know all the grammatics from their classes, but they have no confidence in using the language that they're learning in the classroom. So we try to build their conversational skills and their confidence in using the language. But other things we do is we develop pen pal exchanges. We have a school in Huntingburg, Indiana.
Oh, yeah?
These students are in a very rural area. Most of these students will never leave the county, let alone the state or the country. And so they were looking for a way to establish some sort of exchange with China. So we set them up with a school in China where they could do a pen pal exchange. Very simple, just the teachers would collect the letters, mail them to the other classroom, and vice versa, with some small gifts, maybe school pencils, school book covers, things like that. But it gave them that experience of making contact outside their own community, outside their own environment. And once that program started, the students took it from there, because then they just exchanged email addresses and they're on the internet, you know, and they've become good friends since.
Yeah,
But
that's that summer teaching in China, right?
we do that, yeah.
And then you have this here pen pal in exchange in
program.
Indiana, what you just explained,
Sure.
right? Now, where do you come in?
Uh,
You have the exchange by telephone or computer, or what's that?
Yeah, I just teach my students something about China and about the language, and also when we have the festival coming around, so we share some celebrations ideas together, you know. One thing I did with my students is for Chinese New Year,
Hold
you
up.
know, this is the traditional Chinese, we call that red envelope. So it's called red bag also. So you can see we have a little design on the front page, and you open that in the back. You can see usually kids, they get this, they can get that money in the bag. So this
Money.
is a
How
money,
much is that?
money bag. So actually, this is like 10 cents in Chinese currency.
10 cents? Got to
Right.
carry that thing for 10 cents?
Parents,
Well,
parents
actually-
will give this to their
More,
children,
right.
and they'll load it up, Hank.
Yeah.
They'll
That's a
load it
paper
up.
money bag.
Paper money bag, right, paper money bag.
Yeah, you
So-
got to watch it, because the gangsters, they call it bag lady. You know, that the bag lady is the one that carries gamblers' monies from one state to another. So you got to be careful. That in China, one means one thing. The United States means you're a bag lady. So that's we'll keep it. How about this?
Yeah.
What's this mean?
Oh, this goes for lantern.
up
This
so
is
we can
the
see.
lantern we have here.
I see that lanterns. Is that a symbol of something?
It's a lantern. Actually, you can see that you have decorations on the lantern here. This is another one, also the character meaning luck. So you can have different characters on it, but this also is for decoration. And
Yeah.
and especially for the last day of Chinese New Year celebration,
The last day.
the last day called the Lanterns Day. So people will use lots of lantern for decoration. So this is the one thing that they would love to have.
That's great.
Yeah, let me
Hey,
go back and just explain that a little bit. Chinese New Year is a 15-day celebration.
Oh, no kidding.
15 days they celebrate the Chinese
Hey,
New Year.
You hear that? 15 days. Why don't we celebrate for 15 days? Why you get bombed and then it takes a day to sober up. So, you know, this way you got 15 days to sober up. Oh, well.
Yeah, the
That's something
schools
else.
are closed. Schools are closed for 15 days.
The schools are closed?
Yeah,
Right.
it's a
Hey,
very,
how about that? All them students will go for that.
it's one of the most important holidays in China.
Oh, that's
Lanterns Day.
What is it, a religious aspect?
It's
Nothing
not
religion?
has nothing to do with religion, but it's like Christmas to American people.
Oh, okay.
here in this country,
It's just more of
It's
a
just
good time. Well, people get together, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a good thing that we don't, the only time we get together is some shopping center or someplace, you know? we should get together more often. I think that would be one of the things that you know.
Lanterns Day is the last day of the 15 days. So
That's the lantern. Well, what's
that's
that mean?
the last day.
Oh, okay. So when you put that means, hey, go home. All right, sober up, right?
No, you
Well,
still celebrate,
You
but
still-
then after that celebration, you go home.
Okay. All right, now.
It's the closing ceremony.
All right, now, we have fireworks. That's a big thing. I know when in Philadelphia, in Chinatown, you know, they have the fireworks on 9th Street, you know, and Ray Street and all. Tell me something. What's symbolic, or what's symbolic about that, or what's tradition?
Yeah, we also have fireworks for Chinese New Year. Usually this happens on the New Year Eve. So when that 12 o'clock midnight, the New Year coming, so fireworks will
In other
go
words,
on.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah, New Year Eve. So
Just like we do
actually,
over here.
Exactly.
yeah. And
But your New Year's is different than our New Year's. We're January, you're starting in February, right?
so that is we have the lunar calendar. So the Chinese lunar calendar, January 1st, that will be the Chinese New Year.
Oh.
So it usually comes in January or February,
And it changes every year.
right?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, based on the.
That keeps everybody guessing anyhow. You know? Nothing wrong with that, baby. Why,
And you know, gunpowder was actually discovered and invented in China.
what?
Gunpowder
Yeah?
for the fireworks.
Yeah, on that, and then, yeah, but the Italians put the color in it. They put that, that's what I understand. They did that, but they put the color, so they're different
I believe
colors.
that.
And then the Chinese, the Chinese, they invented the spaghetti, and we put the sauce in there, and we got it, okay? We got the ravioli and everything else that goes with it, you know? So, you know, it's nice the two countries get together, you know, and am I glad that you invented spaghetti. I love it, right? And a lot of other people, too. Now, you have a lion dance. What's that about? That's when they get sometimes I see like it's a dragon, everybody's in it, they sneak around and all that stuff. What's that?
Uh-huh. That is the dragon.
Cast away the evil spirits or something?
Yeah, we do have a story about that. There was a monster called Nian, and this monster usually came out to scare the people, and people thought of ways to scare the monster away to keep them themselves.
Scare the monster away.
Yeah, so they could have a peaceful
Fireworks,
life.
part of
So yeah, so they use the red color, so you can see all the color, and like the money bag, it's
Oh.
all in red.
Well,
so
in other words, you use fireworks as cast away the monsters, right?
right,
Over here in
fireworks
the United
make
States, we use
noise.
the Colt 45, but I don't know about that. Go ahead.
So and then, because the monster was afraid of noise and
Oh.
the red color,
How about that?
So-
Yeah, light and sound.
right?
Well, you know, thieves that's one thing about thieves.
Uh-huh.
Thieves don't like sound and they don't like light. So you put the light on the subject and they'll run like rats. Right. So that's a good idea. That's right.
Uh-huh. So
You know,
that's very similar,
you know,
right?
you've got an area where there's a lot of crime or anything. They put a lot of lights there and like say a guy that's robbing a bank or something. A little noise in it, and if he hears some noise, he gets nervous, you know, and he runs. He won't, won't rob the place as soon as he hears noise. So noise and light scare
We're
people
scared
away.
that, yeah. And so that's why we had the lion dance and the dragon dance. So, because when you have that lion dance and dragon dance, you'll make lots of noise. So that's why we can scare the monster away.
Well, now I see a lot of times are great for exercise, and I see a lot of times they have like hundreds of people doing exercise, and they go real slow,
Tai Chi.
move slow. Now, what's the scoop on that?
That's kind of that's one of Chinese martial arts called Tai Chi.
Martial, yeah, but they don't beat each other up. Martial arts over here, they beat them, kick them, and bite
Well,
them.
actually, when you see those very slow motion like this
Yes.
and this, but actually it's with great power in it. It really can beat people with that slow motion.
What do you mean, like? Well, I'm going slow motion, but I'm pulling my muscles
But you
together.
could feel that air going between your movements, you know. So that is how they get that power.
You create power by by slow movements.
Yeah, right, because you got that air flowing around you. It's a little different, but the basically originally when people have that Tai Chi, that slow motion.
They're building up strength.
Right, correct, yeah.
I
So
didn't
to
know
keep
that.
you healthy.
I think I'll do that. When I get up in the morning, I'm going to go real slow. Right.
That's how I go every morning, real slow.
Oh, yeah? I see they go like this, they go out like that. And
It's
now.
like when they do yoga. Yoga is kind of
Yes, it's
slow
almost the same.
motion,
Is
right?
that,
But also can build your strength,
yoga
build
the
up your
Chinese
strength.
thing? Is it?
No, I think yoga is more Indian
Indian.
Right.
Oh, yeah, they sit there, go like that, yeah.
meditation,
Right.
yeah.
Hey, you're pretty smart. Tell me something about your education now.
Well,
What's your education?
I had all my education K to 12 and
Where?
K to 12 and the college education in
What
China.
college did you go to?
In China, I went to a teacher's college. So that is the college. They help you to make to get future teachers for
Teacher
China.
license, yeah.
Yeah,
And
teacher
where else?
license.
And then you got some other?
Yeah, and then after that, I went to the England,
England, London.
University of York, not London, very
York.
close to London, York.
Yeah. York.
I got my master degree there for
what?
educational studies.
Yeah, education, like a
Studies.
teacher.
Right, as educators, yeah.
And what do you like best? What of your teaching skills?
I like the communication with students, and then
Communication.
yeah, and then students, they come in with different background, different culture, and when they come in, we share our differences and the similarities, and then let them know you can appreciate the different culture as well.
That's good. John, your background.
I just love to celebrate every culture. I got to tell you that right now because I'm a party guy, and I'll celebrate Chinese New Year or U.S. New Year, anybody's New Year.
Like
Any
St.
kind
Joseph's
of
Day, St.
festivals.
Patrick's Day.
They're all great for me.
4th of July,
Anything,
right.
sit down, have some good food, some good drink.
But I met you the first time. You were teaching down in Erdenheim with what's that, intermediate school.
Yeah, I spent 32
And you
years.
used to come to Cisco's restaurant in Flowertown.
Flowertown, yeah,
Hoagies and Seps and
yeah.
cheesesteaks. Right, and then you went to intermediate school here in East Norton,
Right, we moved our offices over to Norristown here. I spent 32 years with Montgomery County
And
Intermediate
what you had to do with the
Technology, distance learning specialist,
and how did you two get together on exchange? How's that work out? How'd you drop the seed?
In 1995, part of my charge with the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit was to help Perkiomen Valley School District facilitate an exchange program with China. That took about a year to get through the process. In China, you have to get permission from the higher government in order to ever do an exchange program outside the country. So it took me about a year to work through the process of getting the proper approvals. And then in 1996, I took a delegation from Perk Valley down to Guangzhou, China, to facilitate that exchange, which resulted in reciprocal visits of students from China up to Perk Valley. And that's actually how I met Chen Yan, because Chen Yan was the teacher at that school.
This is your own company, right?
Well, this is after it was shortly after 9/11 that I decided that I had to do something, because people are just not getting along and understanding other cultures.
Right.
And so I had the means, and I had the connections, and I had the credibility to do it. So in 2002, we incorporated and founded International Partnerships in Education, whose goal is only to build the bridges of peace, understanding through culture exchange programs. So
how do you communicate to ask people to join, or how do you connect, or you advertise, you
We
have
have
a fundraiser? How do you
No,
handle
no,
it
no,
with
no, no.
money or anything?
Yeah,
Tell me something about that.
I think all our teachers, they are volunteers.
You get paid to do something?
No,
we
we
do
just,
it for love.
yeah.
Oh, love is so sweet in the springtime when roti da 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 da.
We do it
da.
because we can, and
Go ahead.
therefore we should.
You gotta have that green folding stuff too, you know. Go ahead. Hey, wait a minute. Tell me something about your family.
My
you Got a
family?
brothers? You have any brothers?
Yeah, I have two brothers,
Yeah.
older
One's in
than
Canada?
correct.
Tell
yeah.
what's he do?
Yeah, he's an engineer doing, currently he's doing TV technical support,
TV?
making
Yeah.
TV.
When he comes over, get on my show. Yeah.
He can make a TV for you.
Yeah. Well, I wish he would. Come on. Hey, John, we got another guy here. Wait, how about the other brother?
The other one is a dentist. He's currently in Beijing.
dentist? Where's he at?
Doing your teeth in Beijing,
In China.
China.
How's the business in China with the
Dentist.
dentists? What's anything different that they do over here?
It's getting better now. You know, in the past years, people didn't pay so much attention to their teeth health. But now with the higher, more popular education, more and more people are paying
Are
more
taking care of their
attention to the
teeth,
oral
yeah.
health, taking care of the teeth. So they're doing pretty good now.
You know, there's one thing about the Chinese culture. They're worried about their body, their exercise, their variations of food, you know. Tell me something about the food for New Year's, traditional food. You got some stuff here.
Yeah, I think.
Oh my God, you got New Year's Eve cake, right?
Yeah, New Year cake is something that you have to eat for the Chinese New Year, because in Chinese the pronunciation is 年糕. 年 means year, 高 means tall, high. So when you eat this food, that means every year you will step onto a higher level.
You mean,
That means either your study,
status level
your
or
status,
growth?
It's not the growth, but just your lifestyle,
Your achievement.
Oh.
Yeah,
your
maybe you get a
achievement.
promotion
Oh,
in the
get the
work.
better
Yeah,
high
your
muckety muck.
achievement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get up there. Yeah.
get a higher level.
Yeah, you get the high muckety muck, you know, just like the guy says, I don't know. Well, go ahead. Now, tell me about the other. I forgot about that. The other one, how about
Yeah.
dumpling? Dumpling. What's the
Dumplings,
scoop?
I think you're very familiar with, that you can get all the time in the restaurant here. But it's a tradition in China, like dumplings is in the shape of the ancient Chinese money. I think we get someone here, so. This is the shape. This one is the shape of the traditional the ancient money
Oh,
in
money.
ancient times. So dumplings is in the shape of this ancient money. So that means why you have it, because you have it and then you can have money in the new
Well,
year.
you eat dumpling and you have money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
I don't know. There's a joke on the end of that, but I won't discuss
that's
that.
that's how it comes. Yeah.
How about fish? What's the scoop on fish?
Fish. The pronunciation of fish is 鱼. 鱼.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that. So it has the same pronunciation, which means you have extra left. So that means every year you have fish. That means every year you have something left. You don't finish using everything.
Surplus.
So you have
Oh,
Surplus.
yeah.
Extra.
So
I like
yeah,
that.
you have
I
some
like that. I like
extra
fish
left,
too.
so you can continue to use all these things in the new year.
Well-
So that means you are having a wealthy life.
Well, let me tell you something. You take back to China.
Uh-huh.
You eat macaroni on New Year's Eve, and you won't have no problems for the rest of the year. That's
Really?
an Italian tradition. Okay. We have the 7 fishes on Christmas Eve. You know, so we have our tradition. So I love the tradition. Noodles. Noodles in the soup.
Noodles, yeah, noodles.
I like that. And you know what? Noodles, chicken noodle soup. When I go there, and I say I want a container of noodles. Somebody's sick because they think that everybody think chicken soup is supposed to be good
That's
for
right.
a cold.
That's right.
And every time I go, somebody sick? Yeah. Hey, I have a cold. Okay, good. Go ahead.
Well, that's
that
the
a traditional
same. That's
thing?
the same. In China, when people get sick, they also have chicken soup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
the
working
same.
over here in the United States too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. How about,
But this noodles is a little different from that chicken noodle soup. So it's long.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
long. That's longevity soup, noodles.
that's what I asked the girl. I said, well, why is that? She said, it's so long. She says it means long life.
That's right.
Correct.
So
yeah.
when I cook my macaroni now, I don't break it. A long life. I'm 89 years old. I'm going to go a little longer. I don't know how long. Who cares?
You're 89 years
I'm
old,
just
Hank?
around here. How about rice balls?
Rice ball is actually for the last day celebration.
The last day. She said
yeah.
everything's like a
Lantern's Day.
tradition.
It's for this Lantern's Day.
Oh, okay.
Lantern's Day.
Right.
So it is round and it's sweet. So, so that day actually, you know, in the ancient time, the girls in China, they were only allowed to go out of the house on Lantern's Day.
Oh.
So that was considered one of Chinese Valentine's Day.
All right. The last thing is now is for arthritis. Now these there and you put these here. It's you.
These are healthy balls. Healthy balls could come in small shape and like your big shape like this. You put both of them in one hand and play with it, like roll it up.
And that's for arthritis hands.
Yeah.
Right?
So that actually because of your hand, both of your hand, you have that pressure points connected to different part of your body organ. So when you do this, it kind of massage the pressure points. So that's good for your health.
Okay. Well, you know, hey, the half hour is over, and say one thing. You mentioned about all that food. Now, in Italian tradition, if you get a stomach upset, you get brioche. You know, this is brioche is like rhubarb seltzer. So you won't need this, though. Don't worry about it. You eat, don't worry about it. Okay. So our half hour is over, and you know, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure to hear all this here.
Good to
I
see you
love
again,
it.
Hank.
You know, and we have to bring some Chinese food, and we'll sample it here. That'll be another show. So, and you use this, you're shooting crap if you want to. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks a lot for allowing us to come in your home and keep traditions moving, you know, because they keep everybody happy. And so until we meet again, may God bless you. And what do they say in Chinese? God bless you, or
恭喜发财。
adios
恭
amigos.
喜发财，
What's that?
恭喜发财， 恭喜恭喜。
Okay, you heard it. Okay, thank you very much. And until we meet again, God bless each and every one, okay? And keep a song in your heart. Thank you.
Happy New Year,
Thank
Thanks
you.
again.
Thank you
Happy
very
New
much.
Year.
Wow, it's great. I think we covered everything, did we?